Nice board, dude.
There'll be nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
Woo! Like, missing out on yen here is actually just devastating, right?
Patience is not a
Culture's pretty
virtue
power
I am
crept,
known
right?
to have.
But it would be more consumes, which is good. But also, like, my take is, if you're playing Karen, you should definitely be playing double Bargeist. Because Bargeist is not much worse than Karen, right? And it's like three provisions cheaper. Why drinking? I just had a coffee and now I've got a can of Coke, living that caffeine lifestyle. Okay, double Bone Talisman in round 1 just seems like it's not going to be the motive. But we can actually swarm pretty well. Lacking a bit of consume action. We've got the Were-Rat, I guess. The Chimera is really good here. I think one of these has to go.
Source of the best goods.
Yeah, this card's so good as well, right? Like, obviously, AQ has Behemoth. The old lock, right?
Her Grace will not be pleased.
But absolutely round control and damage. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I forgot about that part of it. Round control is going to be really important here because otherwise they're just going to clog our board, right? I guess this deck also has a problem with coup. Like, they're going to coup my yen, right? And it's going to feel pretty bad. But let's just win the round anyway. Got to be the objective here. I guess we could yen now, offensively, but it doesn't. You also want to follow the Thrive curve. I think I was supposed to mulligan the Night Wraith instead of the Harpy Egg, to be honest. Playing some Revs. Yeah, I actually just queued into someone playing some Revs. I played a little bit of it last season. I did a YouTube video on it. I just hate that you lose to Syndicate, right? This guy's just slamming the points. I mean, it does make sense to some degree, but... This is a problem with the Night Wraith. It just takes up more space than you would really like it to.
The hounds have caught a scent.
Okay, so we have Chimeras, which we can either use to thin the Foglet for 9 points, or on the back row for 8. On the front row for 6. Pretty sure we just deny the poison here, right?
I shall flog them into submission.
Bone Talisman's still doing a decent job here. So... If we draw the Plague Maiden, then we want the Bone Talisman for the next round, right? Whereas we need to draw Caranthea as well, though. The other thing you could say is that Yennefer is just a really easy coup target, right? Yeah, exactly, and coup. Like, we could play the yen. It's not out of the question. They just coup the yen. But equally, if they coup the yen, then that means they can't coup the Joachim, right?
You best yield now.
Let's try it. Okay, so we're looking for Caranthea, Plague Maiden in hand. Obviously, you have to draw the Plague Maiden to be able to Caranthir it. Lava's not what we're looking for in this bleed. The first Succubus. There's a weak looking hand in it. There's a weak looking hand. Yeah, I mean, this is just a stinker. It's not the bleeding hand of dreams, is it? Wow. Jeez. I mean, like, I would say there's a chance we could just win the round 3, honestly. Like, we cannot bleed with this hand. But not even, like... Can't even pretend to try and bleed with this hand, right? It's just never going to work for us. And this is what I found as well when I played this deck in, like, the last seasons. Okay, like, now it's got the Succubus, which does give it a bit more oomph in... Uh-oh.
Only 2 targets. Pity I brewed enough toxin for 20.
I hate this card, mate. I played against Gwent Sononian, whatever he's called, and he flipping stole my AA yesterday, and I had John in hand. I was so mad. But then the joke was on him because he Vilgaforts my Pogner or something, and it summoned a Quedwenny Knight, which was enough by 1 for me for him to play his Masquerade Ball, and I won the game. Wow, we've drawn really well. So, I mean, based off this game, this deck needs Maxi, right? Like, you cannot go into this round 3, like, missing these cards. It's just tragic. Jeez Louise. Actually just tragic, mate. I guess we lose... I mean, the Harpy Egg's a pretty good Caranthir target, right? I guess you could say I could Caranthir a Succubus. I have to consume both of these, right? It's just... This is just super scuff, mate.
That will do.
So obviously they can make a lot of use of the lava here as well, but kind of made that decision by not mulliganing this card.
Don't ask a lady her age. It's unbecoming.
We can put up a bit of a fight here. I guess we should make sure we don't give them Haunt, right? From leader. Let's jam the Haunt now, in case. Kind of wanted to wait with the Haunt, really, but...
Eyes closed, mouth open.
Is it ever good to eat the Banshee? Probably not, right? We might be winning this game, guys. I'm going to throw out there. Yo, Bane, happy Easter, my friend. Hope you're well, mate. Good to see ya. I think we might actually secretly win this game, right? Despite missing Plague Maiden, Double Bone Talisman. I don't think we played either. I think playing the Yen over Morwood was a good life choice.
No one can.
We're getting absolutely clogged, mate. So maybe Plague Maiden, no Plague Maiden was fine for round 3, right? It's a lot of points, but they've blown the load. We're fine. Succubus is pretty good, but this game's not gone very well. We didn't draw a Plague Maiden till round 3, and we never even drew, in fact.
I'm just a sexy little cog in a fucked up machine.
This isn't even going to come back yet, is it? Because, yeah, okay, we're losing this game, guys. We're getting absolutely clogged, mate. Very fun gameplay. I had a great time.
I don't have a dirty mind. Just want to live in imagination. It's
I
not
had such a good time here. This is great.
someone who's always sexy.
This is great. I'm never going to have dominance. I only actually get one consume off this bar guy, so I should just go for Morvid next for the Thrive curve, right?
Enough! Let us finish this.
Guess it frees up space though, this approach. Kinda doesn't, right? If I eat the Succubus, it doesn't. Pretty over though. I guess I just wasted some points by not going Morvid first. Bone Talisman would have actually been really good in round 3 too, right? Shouldn't underestimate like the Bone Talismans in round 3. Like you do fill your board very consistently with this deck. Like obviously not bleeding Masquerade Ball is just a nightmare, but I just had such a shitty hand for it.
You best yield now.
Yo, Crumpippi, what's up? Happy Easter, man. Happy flipping Easter. Yeah, I went into London yesterday to see my sister. It was very nice, mate. Very good. It was not very nice weather, whereas the weather today is really nice and I'm sat inside. Not sure about that mulligan, to be honest. Very sophisticated. Thanks, mate. That's what I was thinking too. Means a lot, mate. Hi, Ryan. What's up, bro? So, this is the battle of the deck that's good versus the battle of the deck that's probably not that good. One has Uridin, one doesn't. One does have a Haunt, though. You know, that is something. Like, I'm pretty sure we just want to go full, like, Thrive mode to win this round, right? And then just slam the Plague Maiden. Okay, they're going to Crimson Curse us. Makes sense, makes sense. I guess I could have front rowed this to try and stop this happening, but... Could just say this lava is toast. Both lava, and just play in the front and just not care. Probably reasonable, honestly. Just say that these lava are toast. They're not going to survive. Obviously, we've got the option of going like Yen front row or something, Buki as well, but they're investing in Behemoth here. Whoa! Really now?
Yield now.
Really? Is this a good play? Honestly, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Would have been much better if they did it a turn sooner though, so I couldn't just pass. You know what I mean? Like, okay, dude. Guess I'm passing. And this is the thing, right? Like, my deck is much more janky than AQ. It's got a much more fixed game plan, and it's much more dependent on drawing the right cards at the right time, whereas AQ just has like these cheap swarm cards and the payoff cards all work nicely. Like the Chimeras are very consistent, whereas here they're kind of awkward at times. I guess we lose. Yeah, Bargeist is kind of good. Hand's honestly not too bad. Choose the Bargeist. So they're most likely just going to be going Behemoth here, right? Mulliganing the Bargeist seems pretty questionable, right? Like, I don't really want this Plague Maiden in hand. I'd much rather this would have been a Bargeist or even a flipping Warrior, right? Rat. Here's the Behemoth. It's a pretty good yen, though. It's a pretty good yen. Could also just argue it's going to get better though, right? I think you could make a strong argument that it will just get better. In terms of like our Death Wish cards, we still don't have an abundance. So like if I was to play this Foglet, it's quite a big commitment actually. Is it an easy yen though, guys? Like, I think the yen is just going to get better, right? Like they're not going to pass. They're going to play like some Swarm in the back row, right? We don't actually need to consume the Succubus. So let's play that, right? If they were to pass now, it makes things more awkward because like a warrior would have been really nice. Okay, they do pass. I can always just take a leader charge as well on this Harpy Egg. So if I go Chimera here on the Harpy Egg, it plays for 11 points. I mean, I could go Caranthir Plague Maiden and eat. Obviously, I could just take the yen here. But I think like yen's going to be really valuable next round. So if I go Caranthir on Plague Maiden, plays as a 7. I think let's just see if it's enough, mate. I'm roping super hard. And I can just use both leader charges if necessary. Oh, that's so unfortunate, isn't it? So, I could have gone Foglet, Bane is saying. Yeah, Foglet was literally more points than Plague Maiden, right? Never mind. This Cranfield wasn't that valuable. It's more the fact... Whatever, it's fine. It's fine, guys. I roped out. But yeah, the Foglet was literally just more points, right? But bear in mind, we didn't want this second Plague Maiden. I just clowned out. It wasn't enough. Really sad. Using both leader charges is actually just a huge stinker, mate. I could see double warrior being decent, but I think we're going to lose one. One, two, three Death Wish cards. We probably want to offensively yen because of Uridan, right? Yo, one, what's up, man? This went a little bit pear-shaped, guys. Really? You're just going to heat wave that? I mean... guess it makes sense. Yeah. Now, I'm a bit worried about going Plague Maiden just because Uridan, right? Like, I actually want to offensively yen to deny their Swarm. They don't really have that much Swarm payoff left either, right? It's only Bone Talismans. The problem with that, of course, is like... I would have to play my Plague Maiden on an open... Exactly, right? She's going to get it locked. We still have the Rat King, but realistically we want... I mean, we don't want to go Succubus, we have no consumes. We might just go Bone Talisman. Flipping wine, mate. What? Wine loves it. I think this is fine. Again, Chimeras are just going to play into Uridan, right? Like, maybe just taking them as a consumer is fine here. At least one. I'm just trying to wait for them to swarm, and then I just don't see how we lose, right? Like, they have no swarm payoff. We actually have points. They just have a Uridan. That's the difference here, right? Yeah, they do, Bane. We just wait another turn. You could argue we could just play the Plague Maiden and see if she gets locked. Pretty bad. It's very bad when she does. I've kind of made my decision, right? In eating the Harpy already. This leader charge haunting us, by the way. actually just being haunted by the Sealy charge, right? We were just supposed to Caranthea the Plague Maiden and then offensively yen it, right? To get some rats afterwards. That'd actually be kind of 5-head, right? They have no behemoth. Come on, another swarm card, please. Yes! Nice board, dude.
There'll be nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
Woo! My Eastern or Southern? Easter or Souther? What? What? But I kind of want to eat the plague. Well, I do want to eat the Plague Maiden, right? So it's true. Got a bit of a decision to make. Probably just Bone Talisman, right? Eating the yen just plays further into. Yeah, we just go in Dregar Warrior on just on the Plague Maiden, right? Yo, Dav. Yeah, I played a game with Arch Griffin last night. I actually played against the Northern Realms deck. Sorry, man, I'm just lost. Sorry, boss. Wow, nice Bone Talisman. Amazing. Yeah, I played Arch Griffin last night, and I played an NR mirror. I only lost by like 2 or 3 points, and it turned out it was against Neverhood, who like is usually finishing pretty high up. So if I'm to go for the Were Rat here, obviously I've got Talisman as well. Talisman just plays into Uridan. Were Rat, on the other hand, gets me a lot more Morvard value, right? It's also a beast itself. Let's not forget. So it's a 7-point card. It's a 7-point consume. That's also gonna, get me some more rats. I'm pretty sure we go Were Rat here. Because you could just say that the Bone Talisman is just going to only buff like the back row, right? Because this is getting reset anyway. So Bone Talisman's playing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just always Were Rat here, right? Yeah, mate. Since you mentioned tomb swooping, it's crazy. This cemetery I was at yesterday in London, mate. They've got like catacombs that people would like get like family vaults to be buried in, and like the coffins. I don't think they're technically coffins because they're not underground. I don't know what they are. I don't know. I can't remember. But they're just all so close together. Wait, what do they play? How is this at 6? What just happened? Spores? That's cheating, mate. What do you mean? I was actually supposed to click this, right? Before... Yeah. When I played Morford, I was supposed to click it. I mean, this guy did not play very well. Like, okay, it's great that we beat AQ, but my opponent played very questionably. Oh my god! Very questionably. Oh god. 180 games of monsters already. Wow. That is... Never mind.
I heard you're a fan of my work.
Obviously, guys, I kind of knew it was probably coming, but like... Jeez Louise. Imagine playing like a Thrive deck that literally plays like 1 million... of these cards, and then just a random Uridan. Yep. Nope, I'm not playing Uridan. I was playing it at one point, but it got cut. I don't think I need the Bargeist.
Not all dragons crave gold.
Let's keep it.
But I
Illigana with the raid. What's up, man?
Retrieve the bolt. No.
What if Uridan said Drew? I don't know. How's Rat King doing? Certainly not amazing, but it's decent. I'm not sure, man. It's kind of a weird one, right? It's definitely fun. Like, there's lots of different ways you can go about it. I'm trying to do like a little bit of everything with this version, but kind of hit and miss at times. It's very much dependent on just drawing the right cards at the right moment. Otherwise, like, the deck falls apart. Like this last game, it's just I think it's just too rigid in what it's trying to do. This like setup, which is win round 1 and then slam Cranthea, Plague Maiden, Yen in round 2, right? You have to draw your cards for that as well. Which is why, like, Green Knight, for example, like, didn't play like the Swamp, like the Yen, the Cranthea and stuff. You just tried to play it as a value deck. But I think it just, if you play it as a value deck, it's just too wholesome. It doesn't have enough use.
Your blood will warm my bones.
We've to rise above. Go beyond. Become more.
So if I go Haunt, of course they can just pass. I mean, the other thing, of course, playing a Uridan does is it does make us less rigid in our approach as well, because we can say, okay, well, I've got Uridan if we do go to a long round, and we're very solitaire. So Uridan does make sense. The reason I'm not playing it with like the Yen, because obviously there's a lot of synergy, is the idea with Yen is just to slam her early in round 2, right? Cranthea, but maybe we're just going a bit too all in on that. Like, because it doesn't happen that often. You have to win round 1 first, right? I don't really think I care if they pass. I probably should have just gone Haunt a turn ago. I was too worried about the Thrive curve. This is probably just trolling, right? I'm probably just throwing this game already. Just have to draw the right cards now. So yeah, this is like why usually you want to play your scenario not as your second card, but like your first or your... Sorry, not as your third, but as like your first or your seconds. So they just don't get this free pass that we could have got a lot more juice from them, right? They would have just had to resist. If I find the cards, it's fine, but... I mean, yeah, we're not going to find... Oh! I mean, that's one of them. We can find the end, we're laughing, right? But yeah, it's just such a combo-orientated deck that it kind of falls apart often. We have Morvard though. It's kind of similar. Actually very similar. Let's try it. Can NR Witcher even win all in? Yeah, because you've got Uridan, right? Both decks have Uridan.
For honor.
So they might start killing cards, which would be pretty good for us actually if they start killing ones. Just frees up space for me. I mean, this is not good, but it's kind of a bit good, right? This is why I just want to slam, like, oh, this is why I just wish I had the Yen. So I can just slam the Yen. Like, missing out on Yen here is actually just devastating, right? We can go Bone Talisman and Chimera.
Hey, I can see Care Saren from here.
The more you know, the less you blunder like a buffoon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't you just eat the 1, right? Alright, and now we pass. Obviously, if we had Yen as well here, like, it just gives us even more points, but Morvard still does the job, right? So we just pass. Obviously, I just wasted a lot of points in round 1 by playing Haunt and just letting them pass, but yeah, this is what you're trying to do, right? Just this win round 1, explosive round 2 with preferably Yen, but Morvard also does the job here. But you really have to just draw the cards, because you have to have Plague Maiden in hand, otherwise you can't grant through it.
I know, I'm on it.
Etc. And we also just didn't set up our Succubus in round 1 here either, right? We just didn't have that luck tree. which is also another reason to play location, because then you've got access to an extra succubus in round 1. But also location has the real issue of like clogging your board for 2 rounds straight, right? Like the fact that it carries over is actually just really bad. Like you literally just don't have space. You go for this play, right? Okay, so we have card advantage. Can we get double card advantage or just 1?
Always going on about this Mark fella.
Like if we had Uridin in the deck, we would be like, yep, sweet, but we don't. We're playing Crimson Curse instead, right? Kind of, wish you had Uridin at this point. 18 points. The 2 Griffin Witches are going to lock themselves and play for 6, so they need 12 points. Keldor's going to tick 4. They only need like a really cheap player. Like this will be enough.
Has yet to speak its last.
The windmill. It sticks spin around and smash you.
Yeah, we'd be winning this if we had Uridin, right? But as we don't, I imagine we just lose. Heatwave's just like not doing enough though, really, I don't think. Like Heatwave, if you're going to include cards like Dorogre, could get behind, but just on its own, I think it's just not going to cut it. Like if I can find the second Succubus, like all these consumes and stuff are really good, right? Hand's not looking too bad. I guess I just have no leader charges. We're just losing Indrigger. Yennefer, like is Yennefer even good at this point? Probably not, right? Like the Succubus is also really bad. And then we find the Anira, so we could have played the double Succubus. Yeah. Now my hand's just complete dog shit. Oops. To be fair, we probably want the Were-Rat, right? To try and get some Swarm payoff. Yen is just looking really rough here though, right? I guess we could go offensive Yen after this play. Play the Succubus, you kind of have to play it. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think the Succubus might just get kicked from this deck, honestly, this particular version. I don't think this is a Succubus deck. I think like Succubus is good, but I don't think it's working much with this setup, right?
Best yield now.
Like, I think the kind of cards we actually want are like Yennefer and Uridin. Like, we don't want to not play Crimson Curse. We just want to try and somehow fit Uridin into this setup, I think. Probably the most logical idea. Or logical approach. Also just means we could lose some of, like, this Bargeist is kind of whack, right? Like, Succubus. Just another 5 provision card that's just not polarizing the deck, right? Like, it is good. But I think with this setup, like, it's just making the deck worse than it should be, right? If we just had a Uridin, we're just winning this game, but we're just going to lose without it. We just don't have enough points, right? I guess we're just taking the Harpy Egg, right? It's pretty tough. Got this Bone Talisman and shit, and I'm playing a flipping... Nah, because Slicer just dies, right? Yeah, if we just needed like a Uridin or something to have a chance in this one. If we have Uridin, we win. If we had the Succubus play, maybe we're fine as well. Like Succubus does give us that like little bit extra.